far back can you remember in your life? When my mom was passing away from Alzheimer's a few years ago, I went back to the home that I was raised and that she lived in the most of her life. And we had pictures, and I took one of the pictures. And I thought the picture was when I was about 4 years old, 4.5 years old. And one of the things my parents always did, they always took pictures, they made albums, and they were very organized. And thank God I got that organization from both my mom and my dad. I'm not sure which one because they were both very freaking organized. And that is something I never thought about until just now talking, but I'm organized, and it's probably somewhat genetic, and I got it from them. But anyway, I'm looking at this picture. I thought, looking at the picture, probably 4.5 years old. But my parents, any picture they took, they would write on the back of the picture. And that picture was taken when I was in Shreveport, Louisiana, and it was my 3rd birthday. And I got to looking at that picture, and I remembered when that picture was taken. So literally, I could remember back at least to when I was 2 years old, at the end of my 2nd year. If we want to count my 3rd birthday part of the end of my 2nd year. So in that picture, there's me sitting on this table, and I remember my parents took us to a professional photographer studio to get those pictures. And my dad lifted me up on the table to take that picture. It was my dad, my brother, my sister, and my mom. We were all there for the picture. And what was so funny about looking at that picture, in fact, when I left the house, of all the things I could have taken out of the house, furniture, pictures, I only took that one picture. Of everything that was in the house, I took that one picture, and I have it hanging up now in my office. But that picture, I'm looking at it, and I was looking at the shoes I was wearing. And they were those shoes called Tom McCann or Tom McGann shoes. And I started smiling because when I had my own business doing appliance repair, and I had that business for about 25 years, I wore these cheap ass Tom McGann shoes for about 10 of those years, the same freaking pair of shoes. And I'm like, why do I like these shoes? And I'm looking at that picture of my 3rd birthday, and I'm like, oh my God, those are the same damn shoes. It was just too cool, So I can remember back that when I was 3 years old on my 3rd birthday, I remember back then. And when we were about, at my age, 5 years old, we moved from Louisiana up to Maryland. But I remember some of those times in Louisiana. And what's funny is, I can go back to kindergarten, and I can remember back on those days. I remember 2 times I got in trouble in kindergarten. One time it was Easter, and we were all supposed to bring a Easter basket, and I forgot to bring, come on Lily, come on. And I forgot to bring my Easter basket. And so because I didn't bring an Easter basket, I was scared. So what I did was I took another kid's Easter basket, got caught, and for my punishment, when kids were at recess, I had to sit on the stairs. Isn't that funny how things you remember. And then the other thing I remember is I was a bit of a comedian in class. I didn't know I was funny, but I would start to say shit and all the kids would laugh. So in class, I would just say shit just to watch all the kids laugh, even though I had no idea what I was saying. And I remember the teacher saying, if you say another word like that, I'm going to make you stay after school. And it didn't take long, probably about 2 minutes, and I said shit again, and I had to stay after school. Well, a 5-year-old kid having to stay after school, I remember it to this day. I was scared. All the kids went home, nobody's around, and I'm still at school. And I don't think it was long, maybe 5-10 minutes that I had to stay after school. It could be longer, I don't remember that part. But it was scary. You ever remember the other thing we used to do was take the bus to school? You ever get that feeling of taking the bus and you would forget your stop and you would be at the end and you wouldn't know what to do? I don't know, I always had that fear of being on the bus and everybody's dropped off, you're still on the bus, and then what do you do? And as a kid, you don't realize that most adults, I don't know how high it would be, I would put it at 99%. If you're on a bus and there's an adult there, the adult's going to help take care of you. That's all there is to it. Okay, so there's a few instances of my early childhood. Fun to talk about. Over and out.